Hello guys, my name is DonLeon, and in this video I want to share with you 5 tips in 5 minutes. So let's start. First, use late registration. I suggest you to start a tournament with the 50-70 big blind stack. It would help you to play more tournaments during one session. It is really important, just because your total earnings are dependent on the amount of money that were invested in the buy-ins. Second, your bluffs will work, and the description here is that while you're playing the early stage of the tournament, you're always playing multi-way pots, and because of this, you cannot bluff with a good quality, with a good success rate, just because if you're playing versus 5 opponents, at least one could hit the board. Next, you'll not play a lot of deep stack spots. A lot of my students are having problems, especially at the beginning of our education, with deep stack game. That's why cash stakes players are better in technical part than MTTs. They're playing a lot of deep stacks situations, and MTT players are not. And if you'll use late registration, you'll not have a lot of deep stack spots. No deep stack spots, no problems. Next, know the ante size. It's really important. You should know that on party poker it is 12.5% of the big blind, and for example in Bounty Builder on PokerStars it is almost 15% of the blind. So your push charts should be really different. Look at the screen. For example, the first part is our 15 big blinds open push range from early positions on the empty table sitting goals on PokerStars with the 10% ante. We should push from early position a little bit less than 7%. And if you're playing in Bounty Builder with 15% ante, we should jump from UTG almost 9.4%. So it is a really big difference. That's why it is important to know what the ante is. Next, create a stable schedule. First, divide your tournaments into 2 parts, and 70% of your playing tournaments should be with low average field size, I mean less than 1k participants, and 30% high FAS, so that you could try to earn a lot of money during one session in these huge tournaments. Next, load long tournaments at the beginning of your session. It is really important so that your session shouldn't be really long. I mean, if you load at the end of the session your deep stack tournaments or high average field size tournaments, seems like at the deep night, at the end of your session, you'll probably play 1 or 2 tables with your deep runs, and it is not a really good distribution of your playing time. Next, try multiple poker rooms, because if you're multi-rooming, you could pick the best tournaments from every poker room. Next, don't analyze win rates without filters. And I want to share with you some filters for MTT players, and one of them, tournament stack size, is really important to analyze your win rate depending on your stack size. Also, by using the filter big blind greater than, you can divide the tournament parts like early stage, middle stage, and late stage. Then it is really interesting to analyze your database by the bust out hands filter, because here you can find some interesting spots where the price of your mistake was your tournament live. Also, you can divide your MTT hands and single table tournaments hands by the tournament filter and holder manager. And also, it is really interesting to analyze how you're doing while facing all-in bets. And restealing is printing money. It is really important that if, for example, your opponent's raise first frequency is more than 30%, then you can exploit him. You should work with AcademyPoker or holding resources calculator, and you need to know that your restealing range depends on raise first range and calling versus resteal range. Look at the screen. By working with AcademyPoker, you can find a lot of such spots where you can easily exploit your opponent's range of the open raise from button, and you can go all in with almost every second hand. That was 5 tips in 5 minutes with DonLeon. See you.
Attention please. Wanna save 300 euros? Only until the end of this month, Poker Room is ready to pay for you. Academy of Poker course includes group training, 3 personal lessons from professional poker coach, personal manager and bonus up to 30 euros from Poker Room. Hurry up! The offer extends soon. A link to sign up is in the description under this video.